Alright, what's good, boys? So this is going to be more of a story time video, not as much of a case study. I kind of just want to run the story of how I went from negative 3,700 to 55K in 1 month. I'm going to give the backstory. I'm going to give how I got into that situation, how I got out of it, some about the actual work that I was doing. If you want to know more about physically what I was doing, dropshipping wise, the work I was putting in, go watch my 26K in 1 week case study. That is talking more about that. It's the same product. Mostly I'll talk about the mental side of everything, but let's just get ripping, bro, because this is my 5th time filming this video. I can't fucking believe it. It's crazy. I don't even know how that happened. Anyways, so how did I get to negative $3,700 in debt? Let's go back to the beginning. I dropped out of school, or I didn't drop out like that. I didn't go put in dropout papers, but I decided at the end of last year of school, so at the end of May, I was not going back to school. And I was done. I just knew I was going all in on dropshipping, bro. But at that time, I had made about, I think, at that time, I made 1K with dropshipping. And I was like, dude, fuck it, we're going all in. That's how much confidence and faith I had in myself. And I mean, look at where we're at now, but back then it was crazy to do that. And because I didn't have very much proof of concept, but I did it. I was like, dude, fuck it, I got this shit in the bag. I'm a winner. I know I'm a grinder. I'm not worried. Dropped out of school. Then I decided that I was going to move to Italy for 2 months. And this was almost entirely just to get better backgrounds. If you look behind me now, I have a pretty aesthetic background. But I just built this with the winnings from this product that I'm talking about now. This was not here. Bro, I don't think this was here maybe 2 weeks ago. Maybe 2 weeks ago this was here. Definitely not 3. Maybe 2 weeks ago. So that kind of shows the situation I was in, right? A lot of my walls are unfinished drywall, right? There's just open screws and stuff. And there's also open foam insulation and stuff. I don't even have walls in a lot of locations. So just real quick too, there's no excuse for you, bro. I don't care in how bad of a living situation you're in. I'm not in a bad living situation like that, so don't take it like that. But I don't have walls, bro. In 90% of in my room, they're not finished. So, bro, even if you have painted walls and blah 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 blah, you're ahead of me for a backgrounds aesthetics point of view, and I still printed 55K. So there's no excuse to not start, bro. Anyways, I decided to move to Italy so I could get better backgrounds for my one product. I decided to go all in on this one product. If you know Jenny Bag, their original convertible duffel bag, I found a black version and I went all in on it. Thought this product was gonna hit me 6 figures. This is the product, you know what I mean? And so I decided to move to Italy so I can get better backgrounds for this product so I can film better videos. And I do. I moved to Italy. I'm there for 2 months. I'm living there in July and August. And after 2 weeks, I'm not going viral with the product, right? I'm getting absolutely fried, dude. With everything I'm testing, I'm like, dude, this is not fucking good. I'm getting cooked. Then I started testing new concepts, angles. I think I tested about 6 angles in total for the one product. Nothing was working. And I only took this one product there, so this is all I had. It takes 2 weeks for Amazon to ship. And honestly, I had stopped doing product research because I was so fucking confident, so much conviction in this product that it was a banger. And it is a banger. I couldn't go viral, so it's not a banger, right? I had stopped doing PR, and I was pretty much fucked because that was the only product I had, so I had to cook with that product. 2 weeks to get an Amazon product, fucked. Plus I had to find something. Only that one product. So after the first month, I moved to a different Airbnb. I did an Airbnb for each month. And around that time, bro, I was stressed out, stressed the fuck out, on a crazy level. I don't get stressed. I don't get anxiety. I've never been that person. I'm a very mellow, chill, upbeat guy all the time, right? But I had a lot of pressure, right? I was not cooking on my product. I just dropped out of college, and I was in a foreign country. I couldn't even speak to anybody there. I was in smaller towns, so nobody spoke English, right? The conversations were very interesting, to say the least. So, like, just the whole situation, bro, was a lot of pressure, right? Like, I had to make shit happen. And so I started bugging out a little, dude. Like, I was getting stressed, and, like, I was getting, like, you know, like, that pins and needles feeling? But, like, I was getting it throughout, like, my whole body, like, this weird, like, feeling. And I knew it was from, like, the stress. And I kept going on until about, like, the second week of my second Airbnb. I decided to take like 5 or 6 days, I think it was in total, completely off work, just to dial in mentally, because I knew that was the missing component, right? I've always been a big mindset guy. That's been probably my biggest come up the whole time, was my grit, determination, and my ability to visualize and feel the successful version of myself right now, right? You know, manifestation, all these things, right? Like, I've been very big on the mental aspect. That's been the whole reason I've made it so far. But I was struggling, bro. Like, it gets difficult when you're down bad like that. And I had never been down bad like that. So I took 5 or 6 days off, locking in. There was one day I stared at the wall, like just a blank wall, for 6 hours straight, bro. Like, I was like, I know, like, if I dig deep into my mind, like, I can find the solution to the product, find the problem, and figure out the solution, and then cook up and print, right? That was my mindset. So I was meditating, I was staring at the wall, I was sleeping, I was reading my book, I was doing research on manifestation and the metaphysics, right? Like, really diving into the mental aspect of it all. And I ended up finding the solution to my videos. And I was like, holy shit, like, you know, if I do this, this, and this, and a deep research prompt with ChatGPT, and then I went through the whole deep research doc and I found the solution, I'm like, god damn, like, here we go, we're gonna start cooking. Start implementing the new things, just absolutely fucking pummeled, dude, nothing worked. Again, I just kept getting shit on. So, pretty much I lost, I didn't win it all, bro. Like, I just lost, I went negative while I was there. I think I got 4 sales the whole time. I probably made like $400. Or, no, probably like 500. It's a high ticket product. But got absolutely railed, bro. I don't have a video get over 20K views, right? I went all in on this one product. Before this, I had made about 2.3K. And I went all in on one product. Bad decision. So, I get pummeled, and originally I wanted to do a 3rd month somewhere in Europe or somewhere else, but since I got fucked so bad, my only option was to come back home, which is where I'm at now, and just lock in. So I bought the plane ticket home, which was $1,200, or it was like $1,100 something. Guess what my max credit card limit is? $1,200. So my credit card was literally maxed after this. Like, I was fucked, bro. My shit was maxed out to the T. What I ended up having to do was, on Chase, you can do like a finance option on big purchases. Not finance, but like you can spread the payments out, so your minimum payment is less every month, and you save on your interest balance, so you don't worsen your credit score and you don't have to pay interest, right? Instead of having to pay the full $1,200 off that month. So a minimum payment was like $170, and I had no money, bro. I think I had $100, maybe $200 in my bank account, right? So then I get home, and obviously I kick up product research again, right? I'm like, hey, it's time to cook. I was doing product research there too in Italy before I left, because I knew I was fucked. So I started doing product research, and I find a product. I find an absolute banger, right? And I order it. I ordered that and another product, a pump and dump, and the banger product that you guys, that I made all this money with. The order total was like $120 on Tmall. I saw it today because I looked at my statement, my debit card statement. $120. My choices were to pay off the credit card so I could survive another month. If I did that, then I would have to probably get a job or something to get money to order a product. Or I could say, fuck it, dude. Order the product and have 1 month to try and cook up with the product, and it wasn't even a month, it was like a week I think I had. Have a week to cook up with the product before my credit card payments due, because I now don't have any money to pay the minimum credit card payment because I spent it all on the product. And that's what I did. And I started cooking, bro. I got up to like, I think it was like, I had made like 3K by the time it was time to pay my credit card. Problem was, I had payment holds because I switched my bank account for like 2 fucking weeks, bro. So I got screwed. I had to actually end up asking my boy, Gunnar, if you're watching this, I appreciate you, for a cash app to pay the minimum balance on my credit card so I wouldn't get fucked over with interest and my credit score. That's how down bad I was, bro. I had no money. No money. I went all in on the product and it started cooking. I started making money. I made more revenue than I had ever before, which is like 3K, but I didn't even have the money to pay off my credit card. That's how fucked I was. And my boy cashed out me. I made the minimum payment. I got my payouts. I paid him back. But I still have the credit cards like, I don't know, bro, at 1,000 something, right? It's still close to max. And I keep making videos with the product, right? About a week later, I accidentally flood out my parents' dishwasher, which cost $2,500. So now I owe them another $2,500, and I have to wash the dishes every day by hand. So I now just lost, I was spending about 2 hours a day washing the dishes. I lost 2 hours of my day, plus I owe them another $2,500. So now I'm basically $3,700 in debt. And this is how I knew I was going to start winning. We'll talk about the mental aspect right here. When I broke that dishwasher, I felt no feelings of pressure, anxiety, stress, no feelings of failure, no feelings of anything. I felt like a fucking winner. And that was what happened when I went to Italy and I failed and I knew I fucked up, right? Like I knew I shit the bucket bad. And I came home, and when that happened and I broke the dishwasher, I knew I was like on a higher frequency. Like I knew I was operating at a different place mentally. Because most people, bro, if you lost everything you had no money left in your bank account. I spent all my savings to move to Italy and do that. You lost all your money, right? You got nothing. You just dropped out of college not that long ago. And now you're $3,700 in debt. Like that extra $2,500 on top is just the cherry on top. And I gotta wash dishes for 2 hours a day. Also the cherry on top. Most people would be tripping the fuck out, dude. Most people can't handle that. And I probably would have tripped the fuck out if it was a month ago, but month before that, right? But that was like a month ago now. Something was just different, bro. Like the way I was like, the frequency I was vibrating on, bro, like was just different. Like I was operating from the point of like, all right, bro, like I'm gonna do my best and I'm just gonna trust God's plan. Like it's not on my timing, it's gonna be on His. I'm not religious or Christian, by the way, but it doesn't mean I don't believe in God. I'm just gonna trust His timing, bro, and I know I got it. And I had been spending a lot of time meditating and manifesting and reading, and my mental was just so good, bro. Like I had no low frequency feelings when that happened, which most people would, and I probably would have too. And I knew, like the day after, I looked back and I was like, damn, bro, like I didn't even care that happened. I was like, I'm gonna pay for it, no worries, we'll get the dishwasher soon. While $3,700 in debt, I was acting like I had all the money in the fucking world, and I had negative money, bro. And that's when I knew that I was about to fucking print. The place that I was operating from now was a place of such abundance when I was so deep in the hole that the only place I could go was up, and my mental was so good already when I was so deep in the hole. It was just a matter of fact. It was just a matter of time until I got up. And that's exactly what happened. I think about a week later, not even a week later, bro, probably less than a week later, it was my birthday. And I ended up hitting a 2K day on my birthday, right? Which was my biggest day ever. And then I think about a week after that, I hit back-to-back 5K days. And obviously I hit the 26K week, and then I hit the 55K month at the end. And I honestly contribute it all to how good my mental was. Obviously I put in the work every day. Obviously I was posting every day. I was posting 6 videos a day. 3 trials on Instagram, 3 normal reels, 6 reels on Facebook, and then I had 2 TikTok accounts actually. 3 on one and 3 on the other. I still have 2 TikTok accounts. One has like 10K followers, the other one has like 5K. Why did I do that? When I started this product, there was no link in bio. That was also another problem that was fucking me. I got like 1 million views on the 3rd video, or I got 3 million views on my 3rd video, but there was no link in bio. I think I made like $400. I was absolutely pressed, dude. Like I was so annoyed because they just removed the link in bio when that happened. And I got screwed. So I recycled my old TikTok account that had like 9K followers at the time and put the product on there and was running it on both accounts so that this account had a link in bio and this one didn't. So I'll double my likelihood to get sales, right? Also, by the way, when I was shitting the bucket in Italy at the end for like the last week, I started clipping, and I was clipping for the whole month of, so I made 55K in October. I got home at the beginning of September, so I was home for all of September. I ordered the product, right? I was doing product research probably like a week. Then I ordered the product, took another week. And then I had like a week left or whatever, blah, 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 right? But also during that time, I was grinding clipping because I had no income. And I was like, I gotta make money somehow. Whether it's with the product or whether it's with clipping, I don't care. I never ended up making any money with clipping, but I was spending hours every day clipping and becoming a better editor. That's how like in the gutter I was, that I was trying to just do whatever like easy side hustle online I could to get money. And because I knew I had to make the minimum payment on my credit card, I'm like, all right, dude, like whatever, like worst comes to worst, I gotta ask my boy for help. And I did have to end up asking him for help, and he fucking helped me. And then I started printing not long after. Where was I really at with all this? I don't know. So like that's pretty much, or like the mental aspect, bro. I attribute all that success just to the mental aspect. Like you have to become the person that is worthy of having those successful things, and you have to vibrate on that frequency far before you ever actually have that. I knew when I broke that dishwasher that like I was operating from a different place, bro, because I wasn't upset at all. I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry. I was like so peaceful about it and so not disrupted by it. I honestly like was excited. Like it gave me another challenge. Give me another challenge, by the way, when I was already so deep in the hole. Like I felt like I couldn't go deeper, and then I just went deeper, right? And I honestly felt no negative emotions regarding that. And that's exactly what allowed me to hit what I just hit. As well as fully detaching from money as a whole. That's part of the reason I felt nothing when that happened, was because I was fully detached from money, fully detached from the numbers in my bank account. I saw $1,200 on my credit card limit. Out of $1,200, you know what I saw? I saw $100K in my savings account. Was there $100K in my savings account? No, bro. But I felt like I was already $100K liquid. I was making decisions as if I was already $100K liquid. I was having emotions as if I was already $100K liquid. Is this starting to make sense? Right? I was already that person. Like everything I was doing was so aligned at the time that none of this other shit affected me, because the version of me who's worth 100K per day, right, is not being affected by all this other shit that's going on, right? They don't get feelings of stress, anxiety, desperation, right? That shit doesn't exist for that version of me. And I was just operating as if I was that version of me, and it's exactly what allowed me to start printing after that, right? Like I could have felt pity for myself. I could have felt bad because I failed in Italy and I lost on that product and I lost all my money and I was in debt. I felt excited. I felt happy. I felt these high frequency emotions. I felt drive. I felt motivation. I wanted to win more than ever, right? But in my mind, I was already winning. And that's how I won. So yeah, I ended up printing the 55K month of the product. A couple things that help with that. ManyChat, very important. Split testing your viral videos, very important. Copy your competitors' videos and do it better. Simple. And that's pretty much the dropshipping sauce. I told you go watch the other case study if you want to see that. This is more about the story. Now I'm getting emails set up. I got verified on IG and Facebook. I think I've done about 70 million views in the past 30 days on IG. It's November 8th today. And I've done around 27 million on Facebook. And then I've done probably 15 million on TikTok. I'm viral everywhere. I got a 2 million view video on YouTube the other day. And I'm just scaling it and branding it. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, honestly. That's where we're at now. I'm getting email guys set up. I don't know if I said that. Or we're already set up, but I'm just trying to scale it up now. But I mean, that's pretty much the story, bro. Like, you know, you can look at the dropshipping stuff and be like, oh, like this guy got lucky, bro. I didn't get lucky. I've tested over 20 products. I'm pretty sure at this point I was 10 months in without a winner. I'm now 11 months at, you know, the end of the October, the month I hit 55K is now 11 months. So like I'm on my 1 year mark approaching at the end of November here. And it wasn't luck. I didn't have a winner for all that time, right? I literally sacrificed everything. I don't hang out with friends. I don't really hop on calls with friends. I'll call my friends like once a month, right? I'm just working all day. If it's not 16 hours a day, it's 12 hours a day, right? I got up today a little later. I got up today at like 8. It's 11:30 right now. Most of the time, I'm up at 3 or 4, and I'm going to bed at like 10. I'm just working, bro. There's no luck involved, and the mindset aspect also, bro. Most of you guys just don't have the right mindset. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you guys are just lacking there, and there's no like secret sauce to fix that. You just have to put time in and put work into it. You're probably gonna eat shit for a little bit, and it's gonna build your mindset up, and you'll notice when you start operating at the frequency that you need to be to hit the numbers you want to hit. Anybody who tells you the woo-woo isn't real is honestly trolling, bro, because for me, it mattered a lot, bro, because I was putting in the work the whole time, but until I got this straight, like, it just didn't work. So yeah, hopefully you guys got some good info from that. I think it's a pretty good story. And shit, bro, that's it. So peace out, y'all. I'll catch you on the next video.